everyone, this is Peter, and welcome to another week of News Plus brought you from Plus Agency. News Plus is a channel that's going to summarize what has happened in Sydney real estate market in the past week. If you're interested in this type of content, please making sure to subscribe to the channel and forward to your friends and family. Plus Agency is a boutique agency located in the heart of Chatswood at 418 Victoria Avenue. If you're interested in Australian properties in Sydney, please make sure you pay us a visit. And you can always check out the website, which is plusagency.com.au, for more listings that we are currently managing. But if you want to get some off-market deals, please make sure you pay us a visit at the flagship store located in the Chatswood. All right, with no further ado, let's get this week's News Plus started. First of all, let's have a look. China Connection. Unit sales increases as developers using feng shui to boost their housing projects. This is actually an article submitted a while back while I was doing, our company was doing the launch for a new project called Chapman Gardens. And obviously we have received constantly success in another Linfield project called Weasley 8. The combination of the success of two projects actually, one of the factors that contributed to the sales was a feng shui factor. And then the developer, when they want to target this Asian market, they need to make sure that the floor plan is right. They need to make sure the feng shui is right for a lot of Asian buyers to even consider of buying into the projects. Where some of the Western developer who doesn't really care about that, unfortunately, they were always struggling with what happened to this Asian buyers. My property in a local location, why are they not buying? Well, maybe this was the reason why. Adding feng shui principles to house projects has proven a cash cow for developers who have seen an uplift in the sales after making their properties more appealing for some Chinese buyers. Well, not just Chinese buyers, actually for Asians as well. The changes include removing curves and triangles from floor plans and making sure cooktop and sink did not align due to fire water together being considered bad. It's been so effective. One agent reported scoring 60 million deals in one project in a single day, well, by paying attention to feng shui. That is us for the project that we have in Castle Hill. But even in Sydney, you will lose sales if you don't respect the feng shui. The demand in Castle Hill project, known in Chapman Gardens, has been ludicrous before the floor plan was changed. It was a slow sale before, and almost all buyers were locals, families, background. Architect did a good job, but it wasn't aware what people of Chinese or Asian background think whether it's desirable. Sometimes we think, maybe we should change the door and where it's orientated, and the kitchen, and the sink, and obviously need to be aligned in the right position. On the other hand, our project called Weasley 8 in Linfield, which is also having the same issues. However, the architect was really accommodating. They're happy to sit down with the buyers. Feng shui is not just about layout as well. It's about a numbering system too. So for example, instead of having 1/8 Weasley Road or 1/8 to 10 Weasley Road, the vendor was trying to get it done at 8A, 8B, 8C, these numbers on the townhouses that was burned out, to making sure that it will boost sales and it looks good on the number plate, and it looks good for the people who actually buy it. The bedrooms need to be perfectly aligned. The stone and sink do not face each other. There's no mirror in the bedroom facing the bed. These are the things that developers need to be really, really cautious about. And if you want to get a good prices, these are the things that the high-end Chinese buyers are looking into. By the study of feng shui back in China in 2019, it gives a lot of explainers of some of the core principles that come to the housing. Feng shui experts will all tell the same thing. It's based on a series of calculations, not just made up. A lot of people think it was made up, but it's not. I work with at least 10 different feng shui masters on different projects, and the advices has always been very consistent. When you talk about individuals, feng shui depend on the date of your birth, the time of your birth, and other personal factors. These things can be very personal. That is why maybe appropriate for one individual to sign a contract at a particular time on a particular day, where most pretentious time would be different for somebody else. In Sydney, Developers shouldn't go that deep into feng shui. They just need to have a basic understanding if they want to boost their sales and prices, especially when you also want to launch your project internationally. When your floor plans are feng shui compliant, Chinese buyers make decisions more quickly. And there was a lot fewer objections that we're gonna get as well. And majority of it will be really around the floor plans. Basing, which we'll talk about as well. The bed and the door to the bathroom shouldn't see each other, if possible. And if you want to see the door, at least the very least, the toilet should be not in line with your side of the bedroom door is open. It just considering bad for the health of the owner of the property. So these things a little, but adding all these things in will really help. So if you're a developer, if you're trying to build your own house, you can pay us a visit, and then we'll give you some advices to making sure that your property is appealing to a broader range of market. All right, next one. Sydney auctions. Inner West house needing $1 million reno sells for more than $4.6 million. A dated 4-bedroom house in Cheswick, requiring roughly about $1 million renovation to bring up to the standard of surrounding homes, sold at auction yesterday for just over $4.6 million. The Hazlitt Street property has prized water views and sits on a tightly held part of the popular Inner West Peninsula suburb, but the house was beginning to show its age, with fitting and features relatively unchanged since 1970s. 11 bidders registered for the auction, as selling agent Mario reported there were a mix of nomads renovators and bidders keen to replace the house with a modern building. The hammer dropped at $4.605 million. The Revi Jomoin agent said the auction started at a lower than expected bid, but the tempo increased rapidly when the bid was exchanging sort of between $300,000 to $200,000, and then end up pushing it over the $4 million market. There's so many people down there. The house is old, but it looks like the market has really cooled down as we thought. Next one. No guarantee for Sydney sellers as buyers desert open homes. Rising interest rate, falling house prices, wait to buy, but definitely don't want to sell. Don't wait to sell. The agents tell you to rush your property onto the market. Others tell you wait until spring. It is very confusing time for the property market. After 18 months of dipping, we're told the idea of moving, open inspection. It just a lot of people are really, really concerned, and they just don't understand where to go now. Where the buyers are really still in the market. It just take longer time to make decisions, and with the interest rate keep rising, it's exactly why the market cools down, because by rising interest rate, what they wanted to do is for the market to come off the heat a little bit, to stop growth a little bit, because the property market just been really, really booming in the last 2 years, ever since just before when it was into the first lockdown, the market started drop, but after a few months the market started pick up and everything starts selling. So that's the Sydney market. At the end of the day, good properties in good areas still have good demand, like the one we just talked about that was sold for $4 million above, with water views, good land size, good locations. They were still going, right? So whether to actually buy or not buy a home really doesn't depend on the market. Really depend on you. I personally think when the market cools down, there's not many competition, it's the best time to purchase, but others may think otherwise. All right, going forward, first home buyers, 1/3 of Australian first home timers can't afford their homes. First home buyers across Australia are breaking the bank and spending far more money than they can afford to secure themselves a new home. Research from Finder's First Home Buyers Report indicate that the housing affordability crisis has pushed more than 1/3 of first home buyers beyond their budget. Up to 8% of recent first home buyers paid more than $100,000 over their budget, and a further 8% paid between $50,000 to about $100,000 over the budget. The pursuit of buyers wishing to enter the market has led 1 in 8 home buyers looking to purchase a home in different states, with around 25% searching for property in a different region of their own state. According to the Finance senior editor Mani Sarah, high property prices are to blame for busting buyers' budget. We're in a market where the price has risen 20-30% over the past year, and villages just can't keep up with the level of growth. Was obvious. Many are being forced to spending more than had initially hoped, but this will have consequences down the track. Buyers' ability to serve their loans. So, with the interest rises, we'll see what is happening with this market. All right, next one. Nicole Kidman's big buy-up in City Hotspot. Nicole Kidman, the legendary female actress from Australia, loved the buy in Australia. And there was one particular spot she really liked is Melson's Point in the Upper North Shore. She spent down 1.35 million for one-bedroom pad on the 5th floor of the high-rise building of Sydney's Lower North Shore, which sits a short walk from the water's edge just north of Harbour Bridge. Dominated by exquisite harbour and bridge views, the luxurious estate rests near the tranquil shores of Lavender Bay as part of Mirvac Latitude building. Need some promotion. Read some of the promotion materials of the building. Kidman and her country rocker husband Keith Urban and daughter Sandy Rose and Faith Margaret call Latitude home during their Sydney visit. That's where they're living in. It's got a beautiful view and it's got a beautiful interior as well, even though it's a little bit dated, but by today's standard, a simple rental will just do. She also owned Latitude in 2009, buying the penthouse from Wizard Homes loan founder Mark Boris for $6 million. And then she then bought the adjoining penthouse in 2012 for more than $7 million to create one mega apartment. Then last year, perhaps with daughter in mind, she bought the apartment below the penthouse for $2.78 million. And then her fifth holding in the building is an apartment bought in 2011 for $2.68 million. Her investment in the building totaled more than $17 million, but the value of her holding are likely to be plenty more than that. However, it's an interesting investment for Kidman Urban, given unit prices growth slumped stunning 21.4% over the past months in Melson's Point, according to realestate.com.au. That's based on 57 sales only over the past year, and the median unit prices in the upper north suburb are currently $1.9 million. So, definitely it's a good home. Definitely this is a place that people really like to buy. And then if you are interested in properties in this area, please making sure you also pay Plus Agents a visit, which I'll show you what listings that we currently have in Melson's Point at the moment. And even though the median price is 1.9, you can still snatch a 3-bedroom at a very good value in this area. All right, last news of the week is top 20 New South Wales markets where investors have bargaining power. A report has listed a range of suburbs close or in Sydney where investors could have better bargaining power as buyer demand drops. The report, commissioned by digital lender Will Money, ranked the top 20 investment grade suburbs. New South Wales buyer had a competitive edge when it comes down to negotiating a discount. The suburb were demanding to be turning in favor of buyers following a decade of strong price growth. And what are these suburbs? Let's go and have a look. First of all, a majority of them will be in Central Coast, Liverpool, so you don't really get your normal areas, except for Point Pepper, right? The unit, you don't really get a lot of inner city areas. However, with good price growth, these are the areas. 3 of them was in Central Coast, being St Kilbert's Island, Empire Bay, and Woogera. That's all in Central Coast, and then followed by Liverpool, Hornsey Park, and then in the nice, it was DY. That's something that's very familiar to a lot of people. And then going down to 17, that was Point Pepper, and going to 18 was Wollongong, 19 was Kiama, and house and units definitely are different. So at the beginning in Central Coast, it was all about the houses where it come down to popular areas like DY, like Point Pepper. like Wollongong, like Kiama, the units are the ones that you have more negotiation power in. All right. So coming down to this week, let's have a look what Plus Agency has offered in our inventory for buyers to really choose from. So going forward, if let's just say people interested in Melson's Point, what we have in mind is our agent Stephanie and Joe looking after areas like Melson's Point, where this 2 bedrooms in Melson's Point is only around sort of mid 2 million, early to mid 2 million, and where this 3 bedroom, which is something I particularly want to show you, are attracting buyers, and you can get that in the heart of Melson's Point, not 2.7 million, not 3 million, not 3.5 million like the other 3 bedrooms in the area, but only at $2.6 million price guide. You can probably pocket in the most popular area of Sydney, which has seen a dramatic price increment in the past year, Melson's Point. All right, that's it for this week's News Plus. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Peter Lee. I'll see you next week. Bye.